Hi, this is Mix from Andamio team, and with this video I'm going to demo the SSOI system that we built for Project Catalyst. We are going to showcase and demonstrate how it works. So we already by milestone 1 and 2 submitted some documents which already you reviewer and of course whoever interested in Cardano community can find them in the in the docs folder and then in project folders. Uh, and here we will start the process. So we are going to assume that you have already set up the environment, which you can follow these steps and having the environment in order to build the contracts and running the system. And then you need to come to the run document and follow this, where the most important file is actually first changing the repository to to here, like by just by a command call it, by going to the scripts and here in the environment.sh and in the repository changing to the repository as you can see here. So in my case, in my system, it was this. So please do that, and then you need to have a file, a JSON file, which the content would be the configuration for actually Atlas, because the TX building utility we are using is Atlas, and you can find the code here in the Andamio TX building, and of course the server as well. But the content of the file and the structure should be here with the token, and or for the maestro would be here. So yeah, you can have that JSON file as a sample. Like you can find this sample. Where is it? I think it was here. So and after that, you need to have a testnet running. So a testnet per prod should run, and then here inside this path Andamio SSOI script, you need to run the server, which would be a 01 start server. So once you click that, once you execute that, after a while, if your settlement contract are already, you will see this message. And now in the third tab, you can start the process. So what we are going to show you, in fact, is the test transaction. So the process is I'm going to demonstrate what we meant with all these steps and of course explanation of inputs and outputs. So the idea is SSI will be a system that a user holder, a stakeholder, for example, financial institution or whomever wants to verify certification of a person or group of people will use this system to do that. And the idea is first each individual will mint an SSI token, which will go through it and showcase that to you, and then there will be an issuer. The issuer will be these stakeholders, the people or the project who are having a credential and they want to verify who is going to have them in future, and therefore later they can verify the ownership of those credentials. So at the beginning we are going to just assume that we are user, but in order to do that you need wallets, and in order to have the wallets you can just run these create user stake bash script and just uh, giving it a wallet name, a user wallet name. Uh, your wallet will be created and stored here inside the perprod folder and wallets folder. And then here you can find the address, for example this one, and you need to fund these wallets. But you need two wallets, as you can see, issuer and user. We have already created that, and you need to fund these wallets, and you need to fund them with at least two UTXO. One will be used for paying the transaction and other fees, and another will be used as a collateral. So please remember that. And once you have that, you are ready to run the this script, which will be mint SSY. Let me magnify a little bit. So here you are going, I mean, in all the scripts, which you can find that in the script folders, you can find explanation. We try to put comments as much as possible, but here, for example, what the script needs would be a user and alias. So the user basically is the wallet name that you choose to create, and the alias would be the one token which on chain it will represent the person or you, and it will be used for all the credential in the future, and of course storing them. So we have a user wallet, and we decide the alias can be Bob. So we run it and wait a little bit for building the transaction, receiving all the necessary UTXO. Hopefully we can see a successful transaction. Yes, we got successful transaction, so we can see it here. So now let's mint SSI for the issuer. Although he or she or whoever will be an issuer who issue a credential for people, because this system rely on this SSI, self-sovereign on-chain identity. Even an issuer must have an identity in this system, although the identity of this issuer with that token will change, and we will show you that now he or she or whatever will be an issuer. But at the beginning they should have an SSI token to begin with. So let's run in this minting SSI script again, but with the different wallet name issuer, and let's call the alias Alice. Let's run and execute this script as well. In normal days, this script will run fast, like just you need to wait a little bit, like several seconds, but if of course the network is busy, it might take long. So now our both party have their own token, so now we can start. But now we need the credential. We need issuer to first create a method, a verification that they need, like in an institution they want to grant access to someone, or I don't know, some sort of membership. So uh, now we need to run a set of a script, which you can see it as 048 and the B and the C, but let's just do that now. So with this script and just providing the my wallet, we are just kinda granting the role of issuer to actual issuer. So now that issuer is issuer, but the now we need to kind of say that what is issued, I mean the wallet name token alias is for the issuing all the responsibility deciding, etc. So now we need to run this script for B, and then running the providing the wallet name and then the alias. And meanwhile, I would love to, well, it was very fast, but meanwhile, I would love to show you that in the transaction test reports, we just showcase you the getting an SSOI ID, and then what we are right now doing is the issuing verification method or minting verification method transaction. So now we have this, and then the last step of an issuer for completing. So what we call it is adding reward, but basically it is for creating that credential which other SSI user will try to obtain that. So again, providing the wallet name and then of course the alias of the issuer. And now we try to put a name or a description for that credential, and we can just simply say grant access. So whomever get this credential in their SSI datum will have grant access to this specific place or project. So let's do that, and again you can see all these this description here. For example, forces this it at the top, you can see that. So let's do it. And transaction was successfully submitted. Well, great. So now we are going to go through the second step, and the second step would be for the user to show with an on-chain proof that they want this credential. So they need to do two transaction in order to it's like just I make a request for this credential, granting getting the access or getting granted for an access. So now we need to run the fifth scripts, which has two parts. We call it min local signer, but this is just technical term, but basically what we are saying is user, which the alias for the user SSI token was Bob, and then issuer, which we are kind of assigning, like we are relating these entities. And by the way, we try to provide as much as possible information, relevant information, so you can track the process and the journey of UTXOs, all these token throughout the Perprot blockchain and testnet. Okay, the transaction was successfully submitted, and now we need to mean something called local token, like within that like let's say entity, sorry, institution. Imagine that you just arrive and now you as a newcomer has assigned to someone now needs to take care of you, talk to you, interview you. So it is using this analogy for just say like this kinda is the action happening for the on-chain. So we are going to say this is the using user wallet, the user alias and then the issuer alias. Okay, I'm sorry for some delays. Some of these transactions are involved in several contract and some verification which takes some time. But normally this would be the average time for a transaction, and the fees are not that much expensive. As you can see the on chain, you can track the address and all these transaction IDs. But we are now in the in a kind of fourth stage. A fourth stage is issuing credential. So the issuer decided, okay, this person is good fit for the organization or project, and I want this person have an access to our system or whatever credential that they've wanted. They want to grant that SSI user to have that. So now we need to run these set of a script which start with 06, and then it is just two script for like adding credentials. So now the issuer needs to do the work for giving the user the right credential to get the access. So now we say the issuer wallet says the Bob, who is the alias for the user, grant access. So now issuer is actually granting access to the to Bob. And here you can see more explanation that the credential is grant access, and alias to credential, like the credential will go to that person, will be Bob. We see successfully the transaction is submitted, and then the next script will be again kinda assigning that what whom in fact gave this access to the Bob. So now what we did in the previous step was kind of say Bob, yeah, Bob wants this uh, access, so issuer provide that, say hey, yeah, Bob is one access. But now issuer says that yes, I provide or I grant the access to Bob via my own SSI ID, which was Alice. So now we can run this, and again, if things are a little bit complicated, because you know, of course, this is the proof of concept system, but can be better. And also, we have built a Dami platform, but of course, it's more complex and more things and stuff to that. But uh, the documents and here some these script can kind of show and explain the situation. So now Bob has the access and the credential. So now let's say that Bob wants to, I don't know, pass through a door, or I don't know, a floor departments, and now we want to like the Bob, I mean the user wants to use the Bob ID and prove that this credential exists, and now he can use that credential. So we are going to run the last script, which is the seventh, called a proof of credential. We use user, we test that the user now tests that does this ID works in this organization or not. Hopefully, if we see a successful transaction, it means that the Bob now got the credential, and he's a part of the organization and can now go to the places for which this credential allowed to him. Great. So as you can see, transaction successfully submitted. And now this shows that our system, which is non-custodial, permissionless, as you saw, that issuer and user could be anyone. They can become an issuer, and user can become an issuer, and issuer can become user. It's the system just allows all these back and forth between these entities, and even the proving, even all this process which normally is done in an organization, uh, through all the paperwork, and there are many sort of security issues, and of course breaches can be done on chain, and even granting access to a door, really it can be done on chain, which is this simple transaction you saw. So a blockchain can now imagine a blockchain can now be implemented in a locked door in a house, and whoever has this credential can now just open that, or wallet actually can enter this house or this place. uh, no one else can do. So this is another way of verification for identity of user. And we thank you, of course, Catalyst and the reviewers and the Cardano community for giving us this opportunity to showcase this system, and hopefully this system can be uh, developed, and just get more attention, because we look into Atala Praise and other system, and we found some issue with them, and we try to address them in our system. But as I said before, in Andamio platform we have developed this system, and hopefully we will show one of the great real world use case of this system. Thank you, and thank you for listening and watching. And if you have any question, or you want more information, you're welcome to join Andamir Discord.